Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another MAMJ Let's Play of Danganronpa V3. When we left off, this happened. We had a seance, and this happened. So, here we go. It's time to investigate. Wait, what's up with this board? No, what's up with this board? This floorboard is loose. And it's the one right under Tenko. Why is this floorboard loose? It wasn't like this before. It must have come loose during the seance. Why would it come loose during the seance? A floorboard this thick and heavy wouldn't have come loose easily. Then someone must have loosened it on purpose. Yeah, that's weird. I told you the floorboards were gonna come into play. I just didn't know there was gonna be a murder in this room after the fact that we had a murder in the other room. There's a rock next to Tenko's body. This must be... Please rest your forehead upon this stone marker I've placed here. It's just a stone I brought from the courtyard. Are you sure it'll work? Oh, that's Himiko, sorry. Certainly. It is merely needed as a marker for her forehead to rest upon. Like this? Tenko had her forehead on this rock, hunched over. She had to make herself small to fit inside the cage. Okay. What's up with the cage? I still can't believe this happened. I've never seen a double murder. Like... an investigation murder. That's crazy. This cage is used in the seance. It looks to be around 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. It's a pretty large iron cage. Big enough for a person to fit inside. During the seance, Kokichi and I covered Tenko with the cage. We were supposed to remove it as well. But Himiko who rushed in, it was Himiko who rushed in to remove the cage first. Himiko's really suspicious to me. Hey, look at this. A blood stain on the bottom of the cage. Probably Tenko's blood, yeah? Yes, I imagine so. The splatter must have been made when she was killed. Which means Tenko was killed while she was inside the cage. I think you're right. Tenko went under the cage before the seance. Well, she wasn't dead when she was placed there. But when the cage was lifted after the seance, she was already dead. If she was stabbed right when the cage was lifted, that would explain this blood stain, right? Perhaps she wasn't killed during the seance, but the exact moment the cage was lifted. That is a possibility. Okay. Fair enough. Alright, let's look at Tenko's body. Tenko's dead body. She took her last breath, crouched over like this. According to the Monokuma file, her only injury is a stab wound to her neck. This wound was fatal. It must have caused instant death. I didn't hear her scream during the seance. Wait. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Would Tenko really keep her mouth shut despite the pain? Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out. What do you mean? You were concerned about that, right? With a wound this deep, the victim is too shocked to do anything except die. You're speaking from experience. Of course. Quick deaths are my specialty. Well then, that makes sense. The real question is, what was she killed with? I don't see a murder weapon around. You're right. I don't see an obvious murder weapon. That could be a clue. Oh, Tenko. I feel like Himiko killed you because she was so adamant to win you back over. And Himiko was brainwashed by Anji. But I don't know. Let's talk to... Is this it for here? I think it is. Okay, so let's go back. And let's talk to Himiko. Oi! Himiko! Hey, Himiko! Be strong, Himiko! Gonta, if you shake Himiko that much, she's gonna break. But she's not talking. It's like Himiko not even here. She must have been really shocked over Tenko. Let's leave her be for now. Oh, okay. Himiko. Okay. Oh, hang on, hold in the corner, yes. There's a small opening in the corner of the room. It doesn't look big enough for a person to get through, but still. A hole? It looks like there's space under here too. Oh, hold on. I can see something below. It looks like something dropped down there. What? Something dropped down there? After we check everywhere else, why don't we go under the floor and see for ourselves? Right, let's do it. All right, early theory time. Himiko is small. She can fit under the floorboard. I don't know. I know I shouldn't be suggesting it's her, but I'm just wondering. Okay, so let's look at the dog statue. It's the wooden dog statue used in the seance. I believe it's called the Dog God. During the seance, the wooden statue was on top of the cage. It took 4 of us to remove it. This wooden statue's pretty heavy. Kyo said it was about 175 pounds. That's about a weight of 2 girls. What do you know about girls? Have you even touched a woman besides your mother? What? I'm kidding. Anyway, if this heavy thing was on top of the cage, then Tenko wouldn't have been able to get out easily. Yeah, you're right about that. That didn't sound like you were kidding earlier. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, sorry. Random YouTuber moment. I need to see, I hit my microphone cord and it already disconnected the mic once. I don't think it did, but I want to make sure the audio's capturing, so just give me one quick moment here while I, let's see, we need to look at the white cloth. Okay, we're still good. I'm gonna leave that monitor on. I thought I was gonna turn it off so you guys wouldn't be distracted. Probably me pointing it out distracts it more, but it is what it is. Okay, it's the white sheet we use for the seance. This was placed on top of the cage. Kyo was the one who removed it. Is there any blood on it? This cloth is pretty thick. It's similar to a window curtain, but completely opaque, and on the back. Look, there's a blood stain on it, right around the middle of the sheet. But no hole in the fabric, which means Tenko wasn't stabbed through this cloth. She was stabbed while underneath the cloth. Okay, fair enough. What if Himiko could actually use magic? No, I don't think so. But that would be kind of funny. If like after all this time, you're like, oh, she could. Okay, candles hung on the walls are the only source of light in the room. There are no windows in this room, so without candles, it was pitch black. How did the culprit kill Tenko in complete darkness? There had to be something you could see when you were underneath there. Ruined magic circle, yes. It's the magic circle Kyo drew on the floor. Well, at least it was. It's been completely stomped over. I suppose it was unavoidable. Was this drawn with salt? Whenever I perform a seance, I always use salt. Are you feeling alright? You sound ridiculous. Ridiculous? I have performed many successful seances. Why, I've even had spirits enter my butt. Shut up. I don't want to hear about your stupid delusions. Monkey really doesn't beat around the bush. It's kind of refreshing, actually. In any case, with all these footprints, I can't make out the original circle. We'll find out in Kyo's lab. It should be written in the Cage Dog Village document. Isn't that right, Kyo? He seems depressed. I suppose that makes sense. Okie dokie. Kibo, what you doing, buddy? Leave it to me. I will shine the guiding light that shines on you all. Thank you. Miyu, anything? The investigation is over and shut, and it's all thanks to me for giving Kibo's new function. Now the... Wow, really? Alright, one of you stupid a-holes signed up to do this BS seance in the first place. No, not necessarily. Huh? Seriously? This seance was clearly set up to lure her in and kill her. How could someone who wasn't in the room kill her? So you believe that Tenko was killed during the seance? There's no other possibility, idiot. God, you don't even know that? It's true that Tenko was alive before the seance began. This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Anji speaking through you. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Tenko answered Kyo, so at that point she was most certainly alive. But then when the candles were relit, she had already been killed. That means she was killed in the dark, I'm positive. What time exactly was Tenko killed after the candles were blown out? That may be an important point of this case. Okay. Tsumugi, you see anything over there? I said things that made Tenko look suspicious, and now this. I'm sorry, Tenko. Cry later. Crying won't bring Tenko back, and if we don't investigate thoroughly, we'll die too. I need to find the truth and pin down the culprit. For Tenko and all of us. You're right. Tenko would want us to figure it out so she has no regrets. That would be the best way to apologize. Atta girl. Alright, Maki, you see anything else? Do these floorboards seem a little unstable to you? They're tough to walk on. These floorboards aren't nailed down, they're just lying on top of cross pieces. That's what Gonta told me. That's probably the reason they're a little unstable. They've only been laid on top. That's why they're unstable. Well, the boards are fairly thick and sturdy. I can't imagine they'd come loose easily. But if someone wanted to remove a floorboard, they could easily do so, right? Yeah, I suppose. You know what I just thought about? The fact that Maki's the ultimate assassin means that she plans murders. Like, think Hitman. So she may be able to remember or think of what someone did to put this whole thing together. She might be a really valuable asset. Okay, so there's something else I missed. What? What did I miss? Is it Oma? Man, what a lame function. You should have made him like a transformer or something. Alright, thanks for the input. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's go back to Tenko's body and see if there's anything else more specific. Her body, okay, so nothing else here. The cage, the hole in the corner. I don't see anything else. What am I missing? I haven't talked to Gonta, have I? Gonta reacted when I talked to Himiko, but I didn't talk to Gonta. First Enji, then Tenko. Gonta's so ashamed. Why Gonta no could protect friends? Okay, that didn't help either. Gonta, come on, buddy. Korikyo, of course. Why? Why did this? Kyo, I know the murder was pretty shocking. Of course, I'm shocked about that as well. But why did the seance fail? We performed all of the steps flawlessly. He seems more concerned by that than the murder. Oh, if we performed the caged child again and summon Tenko's spirit this time. Cut the crap. Just tell me what happened during the seance. Both you and Shuichi were present, right? Did she get killed during the seance? True. It may be best to move past what happened, to know why the seance failed. Whatever. Just hurry up. At the time, in order to begin the seance, we had Tenko, the spiritual medium, position herself as a turtle within the magic circle, so her head touched the marker stone. Then, Shuichi and Kokichi placed the cage over Tenko. And after that, I placed the white cloth over the cage. Then, all four of us placed the wooden statue of the dog god atop the cage. Okay. Afterwards, we stood in the four corners of the room. Kokichi and Shuichi blew out the candles. Finally, we all sang the caged child song. The seance would have been complete, but... now that you mention it, I remember hearing a strange sound during the song. Remember that? I was actually going to see if they had everybody singing, if you could hear a voice missing, but I guess not. It is a mystery to me as well. I thought someone may have tripped, perhaps. That was a pretty loud sound for someone tripping. Perhaps Kyo knows something. And then what happened? We called out to her, but no reply came. I had Shuichi and Kokichi relight the candles. And then we removed all the items from within the magic circle in the opposite order. First, all 4 of us removed the dog god statue. Then I took off the white cloth, and then Himiko ran over to the cage, and the moment she lifted it, that sounds like Tenko was definitely killed during the seance. But it would not be difficult in such darkness. Besides, she was inside the cage, yes? Then when was she killed? Yeah, that's a problem. There is another problem. And that is, why did the seance fail? I simply cannot figure it out. Maybe someone moved from their corner. Did someone else sneak in here? Obviously, since this seance was clearly a sham. Maki never was the one to pull punches. Okay, now we're good. Maki, we finished investigating up here. Perhaps we should check under the floor. It seems pretty dark down here. What should we use for light? Kibo! Let's bring a candle. With Kibo's light from up here, that should be fine. Or can we detach Kibo's head and like roll it under the... No? Okay. Then I'll go get a candle. Remove that floorboard so we can go down. Okay, got it. I pulled off some of the floorboards near the hole, and Maki took the candle from Maki. Then we carefully made our way through the hole and under the floor. This is a lot more spacious than I thought. You can move pretty easily on all 4s. Let's look around for clues. It'd look pretty stupid if we found no clues after crawling around in this dusty place. Yeah. Alright. What is that? Cut crosspiece. Look! Part of the crosspiece that supports the floorboard's cut off. It's near the loose floorboard, and the portion is missing is about the same width, too. And from what I can see of it, it wasn't broken off naturally. This was cut by someone. There should be saws in the warehouse, so they could have used that. The question is, why? Another crosspiece is supporting the floorboard, so it might not fall if the portion is missing. So what purpose did this serve? The floorboard underneath Tenko's body is loose, and the crosspiece supporting it's been cut. That the culprit did all of this, then why? How could they do all of this? Oh. But like, the seance was all Korekyo, right? Like, no one else would have planned a seance to happen. Especially in here. I don't know. Okay, let's look at the bloody sickle. There's a sickle here, and there's blood all over it. The blood on the sickle is fresh. This is it. This is a murder weapon. This came from my research lab. It did? A sickle can be used to assassinate a target. It can be thrown without losing any lethality, and you can hide it under your clothes too. If she was attacked with this, she wouldn't stand a chance. The blade's about 6 inches. And since Tenko was in the cage, she wouldn't have been able to defend herself. But even if this is our murder weapon, how did the culprit attack Tenko in the cage? The blade could fit through the gaps in the cage, but could it reach her neck? The cage is 3 feet high. If you were to stab into it with a 6-inch blade, well, it would depend on Tenko's posture, but I don't think it's impossible. Then her posture's the question. Hey, if the weapon's down here, the culprit must have thrown it away, right? Perhaps after killing Tenko, the culprit threw the sickle under the floor in the dark. Or they could have been under the floor the entire time. Either of those is possible. Alright, let's look at the blood. Blood dripping from the gaps in the floorboards. Fresh blood. This is definitely Tenko's. Okay, so you can't look at any of that. Dried blood. There's a blood stain on the ground underneath the loose floorboard. But it's pretty far from where Tenko's blood's dripping down. It's under the same floorboard, just at different ends. Why is there blood here? Hey, on the back of this floorboard has blood on it too. You're right, and there's a little bit of blood on the other side of this floorboard. Did Tenko's blood splatter here when she got killed? I wonder. I can't really be sure yet. But these bloodstains here are completely dry. There must be some reason these particular stains are dry. Okay. What's over here? Some of the wood is corroded and is broken off, so you can see into the next room. This is the wall of the empty room, right? It looks like there's wood along the wall. This part's rotted away. It looks like a natural rot. This hole wasn't made intentionally. But I can get in the next room through here. If I remember correctly, the room next door is also empty, right? The culprit could have gone from room to room, moving under here instead of using the hallway. True, but it would have been difficult moving around under the floor. We did alright because we had a light, but without that, it'd be pitch black. That might make it impossible to move around in there. Then they could have used a light like we're doing right now. True. They used the light to move around under the floor? Is that possible? I think I finished investigating here. I don't know if we would have seen that or not. Maki, do you want to head back up? Glad you asked. I was starting to get fed up with all this dust. After Maki and I crawled out from under the floor, we put the floorboards back and returned to our investigation. We've only been investigating this room. You sure that's wise? What do you mean? If Anji and Tenko have different killers, then the blackened we need to vote for is the culprit of the first murder. The culprit who killed Anji. That's what Monokuma said. So instead of investigating Tenko's death, shouldn't we be investigating Anji's? Yes, of course. But this is bigger than the killing game. For the sake of the two who died, I need to reveal the truth to both of their deaths. Well, I understand why you feel that way. But if you plan on investigating the other crime scene again, we should probably hurry. Alright, let's do that then. Because this one I have a basic idea. When I came to the hallway, a scene more surprising than I could ever imagine unfolded. What? What? Oh my god. Really? I was about to just throw the controller and quit. Oh my god. Oma? Really? Oh, I bet that was like so loud on the capture. I was like, a triple murder? Oh baby, a triple. Did I surprise you? Were you gonna scream and cry in terror? What are you doing? Oh, sorry, I'm just a little lightheaded from the blood loss. Yeah, this is real blood. Okay, so what are you doing? I got curious about something, so I decided to search the empty room next door. Then suddenly, I stepped through the floorboard. You stepped through the floorboard? Jeez, that got me good. Because of this, I tripped and fell pretty hard. If you're gonna lose consciousness, do it after you tell us everything. Oh, sorry, my bad. I guess there was no crosspiece supporting this floorboard, so I kind of stepped through it. Well, bad luck. The crosspiece was gone? Does that mean... No! 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 Really? Confidence, dreams, that's what the killing game is all about. Oh. I didn't know you were actually reading it. Okay. I don't know what to expect. Are you serious? I barely investigated. I guess time's up. Aw, man, it's because of you guys. I didn't have enough time to check something. What were you trying to check? I wanted to re-research the seance again, so I brought the document with me. But unfortunately, I couldn't find anything new that could be used as a clue. Kyo perfectly reenacted the seance as what was written in the document. He drew his magic circle the same exact way as in this picture. Not only that, he used the same exact tools too. Nothing suspicious about the whole thing. Well, I wanted to check the finer details, but I'll tell you about it later. At the class trial, so see you there. Kokichi left, the blood loss clearly affecting his footing a bit. Really? Let's go too. Yeah, okay. Is Maki nervous? I see, so even she gets nervous sometimes. What are you staring at? Do you want to die? No, but I don't know what we're gonna do, actually. Cause, oh my god, what are we gonna do? I was actually planning on playing this episode until we got to the class trial so that I could focus on completing the class trial, maybe not in one episode, but in one sitting so I could do part 1 and part 2. But now it's like, I've only filmed for 30 minutes. Oh god. Maybe this episode will be short and then I can try and see how long the trial is gonna be, but I have a feeling the last one was pretty long if I remember correctly. It was a couple hours. So I don't know if I want to start it in this episode. I don't know. It's gonna suck. But that's what I get, because I was like, oh, okay, another murder happened. I'm gonna have plenty of time to investigate it. And then after that, we'll find some clues, deal with some crazy stuff, and then go to the trial. No, it was like, okay, you spend about 30 seconds looking at stuff. It's time for a trial. So who killed Anji? That's my main question. I suspect Himiko or Tenko, I really do. But it could have been anybody. Don't think it was an accident. It was definitely a murder. Because we have the bloody murder weapon. But Anji's is weird because it was stabbed into the wax statue. We're gonna have a lot of explaining to do. And I really do feel like it's gonna take a long time to do it. So I may have to cut this one short. I'm sorry, but it's the only way I can do it. It's the only way the pacing will fit, you know? All right. It would appear we have all gathered, but it seems there are less and less of us. Less friends mean it that much harder to solve mystery. Well, don't worry. I'm sure you've gotten a little smarter by now, Gonta. Yeah, Gonta do his best to help. I'd want you to graduate from super idiot level to at least Kaito idiot level. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? More importantly, are you okay, Kaito? Yeah, I'm feeling better now. But wow, Maki Roll sure does pack a punch. It's your fault. You don't need to worry about our dwindling numbers. Only idiots have died so far. I know it's a tall order to try to use your brains this time, so I don't have to use mine. These golden brain cells of mine are a gift to the entire world. It's as though every time you open your mouth, you become less likable. That may be my favorite thing that Korekiyo's ever said. Tua, please lend us your power. It may be difficult for us to rely on Atua, considering what happened to Anji, whom Atua loved most of all. She shouldn't have relied on Atua in the first place. But seriously, it's kind of funny seeing a robot believe in God, especially Atua. So what? Robots can believe in God? Actually, before I even met Anji, I had a similar experience. Hearing voices, I mean. You might call it an inner voice. It tells me what to do whenever I'm in trouble. How long are you gonna say that for? Atua and ghosts don't matter right now. Yeah, this trial is gonna be rough. We got caught in Monokuma's trap. His trap? He probably made the 4th floor so scary on purpose to prevent me from investigating. No, he didn't. Yeah, there's no way. Poor Kaito. Shuichi, say something. What should I say? Alright, let's talk to everybody. Why did the seance fail? I never did figure out why. I see he's still more interested in that than the case. Oma, you feeling better, buddy? No, you're not. I respected Anji and Tenko so much since the moment we met. Shut up. Nothing's gonna be solved by crying about it. Besides, that was a lie, wasn't it? Yep, you guys have figured me out already, so there's no point in keeping up the act. Kokichi never changes, no matter what situation he's in, or how much blood he's lost. Kaito, what about you, buddy? This trial's gonna be rough, since I couldn't do any investigating. Uh-huh. Miyu? Try and use your brace, I'll have to. My goal, yep, got it. And Kiba's gonna say something about an inner voice? It's true, though I do not know if it can be attributed to God per se. I hear an inner voice guiding me when I don't know what to do. I can't explain why, but I believe that voice will lead me to hope as long as I listen to it. Shut up! What about a talking... why is the robot talking about a god anyway? So unseemly. That inner voice is probably just a radio or something, like in taxis and stuff. It was unwise of me to confide in you all. Gonta do his best to help. Himiko hasn't said a word since Tenko died, which either means she feels guilty because Tenko died in her place, or she feels guilty because she killed Tenko. So in the end, the culprit really was... No, it's nothing. We can talk about it once the trial starts. What? Atua and Ghost don't matter right now. The culprit is among us. Shall we? Oh, it's been so long since I've gone to a trial. And yet here we are. About to do it all over again. As usual, we walk toward the elevator in silence. As soon as the remaining survivors step aboard. I really feel like I've got nothing to go off of. Because Anji's murder is the one that really matters, and we have nothing! We descended. Perhaps because there were fewer of us, the elevator seemed to move faster. And so we fell, faster and faster, downward into the black. The elevator stopped, and just like always, the doors parted slowly. The light that shines on us from the other side, the bright light of our future. Or is it? Boy, they look really depressed. Must be because there's even less participants now. Don't say they look depressed. You'll make one of them sad. As much as I'd love to keep hearing this adorable back and forth, let's hurry up and get this started. At last, the class trial will begin. I hope you enjoy it to your heart's content. The third class trial was about to begin. Anji Yonaga, the ultimate artist. She created the Ultimate Academy Student Council to prevent the killing game. Then, Tenko Chabashira, the ultimate Aikido master. She hated men, but I knew that she hated this terrible killing game even more. I wish I could have gotten to know her more. The two who were killed were both trying to stop the killing. And who was the one who killed them? Was it one person? Or two different people? We need to pin that down in the class trial. In order to live, we have to find the truth. And I will fight for it. I will fight with truth and lies in this class trial. Yeah, I want to save. I do. But, I feel like this episode is going to be so short. But I'm going to take a break. I don't want to dive into this and forget some stuff. I know a lot of you guys are telling me about the lies. I need to lie more because I can go to different routes and learn more interesting things. Stuff like that. So I definitely want to take my time with this, especially because it's been so long since I've had a courtroom trial. So I'm sorry this episode's so short, but please forgive me. I will try to make it up in the next episode or two. Try to knock out this trial so we can see what else happens, but At the same time, I don't want to rush it. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next MA and J. Let's play.